The version of you someone created in their mind is not your responsibility to maintain. I know that's right. Shout out to Master Thyself for that quote. You was definitely a real one for sharing that, collective. You shatter people's perceptions about you simply because you don't give a F about the opinions of other people, and you don't care about the perceptions of other people. See, it took you a while to get to this place. You know what I'm saying? Because you probably did care about how people viewed you in the past. You know, your people pleasing era, but that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because you've woken up. You know, before you did care so much about people to the point where you were trapped in their own perception of you. You know what I'm saying? Like how people viewed you deeply affected you, right? So if how they viewed you disappointed them, you tried your best to live up to pleasing them, you know, and you found yourself trapped mentally, enslaved, because no matter what you tried to do, they were never fully happy. They were never satisfied with you or your behavior or how you act, right? And you found yourself being controlled and manipulated a lot. Control and manipulation. You were getting played with left and right, like a Game Boy, like a PlayStation. You were getting played, right? And you realize, damn, it don't matter. Some people are never going to be satisfied because they're not satisfied, you know, so they're projecting their imperfection onto you. So now you have to live for you, collective, because that is the only way. You realize, okay, whether I'm doing good, whether I'm doing bad, these people are still going to talk about me. These people are still going to hate me. You know what I'm saying? Whether I support them, it doesn't matter if I'm trying to make them happy. They're still going to criticize me. So what use is it to, you know, care about their perception, right? Like people will have a fixed vision or perception of you, and it does not matter what you do or say. This is how they're going to view you, right? So you literally did a whole 180, collective. You started to pour back into yourself, and you stopped listening to the perceptions and projections of other people, right? You don't care about how somebody perceives you anymore. You are living your life for you unapologetically, and whoever doesn't like it can go, right? And then you found yourself in situations where people literally try to project their way of how they view onto you, right? So you could just be an authentic person, you know what I'm saying? But they want to present, oh, you're crazy or you're delusional, and they want to project that onto you, right? And they'll go around and create this image of you and orchestrate certain events to make you look a certain way. Like, no, we're not doing that no more. Not at all. Like, you let people perceive you however, but it's because you know yourself now, collective. You know the truth about yourself. You know yourself inside out. So can't nobody tell you how to live. Can't nobody tell you how to think. Can't nobody tell you how to be. Because you took the time out of your busy life to isolate yourself, quiet your mind, really go into the depths of your own soul. I say this all the time on my channel. Knowing yourself is so important, because then no one could come in and tell you who you are supposed to be, right? And this is why, collective, you shatter people's perceptions of you. And the narratives that people try to put on you or project onto you, they don't stick, you know? You know how like when it snows and it's cold enough and the snow actually sticks? Well, there's others, or whenever it's hot, it's too hot for the stick. That's you. You're too hot. You know yourself too much, collective, for anything to ever stick on you that is not true, right? You put those false narratives to shame. You put those stereotypes to shame. You be having people eat their words about you because it may work on other people when they try to project a perception onto them, right? But see, you're not someone who's insecure, collective. You're not someone who can just be easily manipulated, right? You can't just, nobody can just project what they want onto you and then just think you're going to go for it. No, you're not. That's not who you are anymore, collective. Like, you are so comfortable in your own skin and you've gotten to know yourself on such deep levels that you're unshakable. Like, it does not matter what anybody has to say, what anybody tries to project or throw at you. You're not going for it because you know you. You can't tell you who, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would just be like somebody trying to come into your home and tell you, oh, well, you need to do this, that. No, you can't tell me about my home. This is my home. I got it set up and designed the way I want, right? It don't work like that. Or that would be just like, okay, let's say you work at, you're at a job and you're in your field. You know what you're doing, right? You've been doing this for years. And that would be like somebody who's just new on a job coming in and telling you, oh, don't do it this way. You can't do it this way. What are you doing? You know, it don't work like that. They can't just come in and tell you who you are, collective. You know who you are. So it don't matter how somebody perceives you or tries to act towards you. If they're treating you a certain way based off of perception, you're cutting them out of your life because guess what? You don't subscribe to that. You're not subscribing to how anybody else views you. You really don't care, right? And people really go out their way and try their hardest to break you down. But it's not going to work. Like some people are that delusional where they feel like if they just try hard enough or if they get enough people to go up against you. No, you are an immovable rock, collective. So I don't know who they think they're playing with, but they're better off playing with their mother. They're better off playing with their kids. They're better off playing with anybody else but you because you're not going for it, right? So I don't know why they just won't hang it up like a flat screen because they're going to drive themselves crazy thinking that whatever perception of you that they have about you is going to stick. It's just not happening. It'll never happen ever again, collective. So I just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? It's just so funny because even people, new people that you meet, again, they have these stereotypes or perceptions about you based on how you look, based on how you act. And again, you just keep shattering them because, again, you know who you are. So you're not one-dimensional. You're multi-dimensional. You know, people will look at you and think you're one way and you are diverse. People will look at you and think, oh, they just know who you are. No. There's layers and levels to you, collective. And this is what people don't understand. So many people are one-track minded and you're not. You're multi-layered, multi-dimensional. So it's like you're not going to be boxed in by nobody and you're not going to be defined by nobody. You know who you are and you know you're a limitless eternal being. And that's just that on that. And every time they try to box you in or contain you, you grow and evolve and boom, you're out of that. Like, so I don't know why they keep playing with you, collective, but they are learning hard lessons about you. Like, people are just going to have to move around you and accept you for who you are because you're not changing for nobody and you're not going to subscribe to how anybody else views you. You know who you are and you always view yourself the way that you want. And if people don't like it, guess what? They can leave your life. And that's just that on that. And I love that for you. And I'm here for it. And I want you to keep standing on it and keep being that. Okay, collective? Who am I talking to? Let me know down in the comments below because I know I can't just be talking to myself, okay? Listen, if this is your first time here on my channel and you enjoy my content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'd definitely love to have you a part of the tribe because, you know, we are growing and we are flowing and we don't live in our egos over here. We just be vibing out, all right? Thank y'all so much for continuing to support. I love y'all. It's Karkar. I'll talk to you later. Bye.